Coach Monday, first time here at Spire, running any type of camp, running any type of anything where you're starting to get actual student athletes here to try and get them to look at the place, right?
Bodies in the building.
How did it feel to get some bodies in the building and get kind of, you rustled a little bit, maybe got to blow the lungs out a little bit? How did it feel though?
Man, it felt great. It feels great, man. It really, I was excited, man. It was kind of hard to sleep last night because I knew it was going to be first time in the building, first time, me bringing kids in and starting a wrestling program and here at Spire. So I'm really excited, and had a good group of kids, man. They were good. Some of the best kids in Ohio. Had a couple kids coming from one kid coming from Pennsylvania, kid coming from Texas. So just a good day, man, good day. I'm excited about tomorrow. We're going in tomorrow with Colin Moore, and so I'm excited to get him in here in the morning and work with the kids, and then we'll finish up in the afternoon. I'm pumped, man. This is a lifelong dream.
So the Olympics just concluded last week, and we had an unbelievable men's and women's freestyle were out of their minds.
So strong.
Out of their minds.
So strong.
We went 5 for 5 in the men's. We didn't have a sixth weight. We'll talk about that. We'll circle back to that because that was your guy Jo who was unable to qualify the weight, but I think we would have gone 6 for 6. That's just my opinion.
Sure.
But when you look at how we did, you got some company, by the way. Okay, another hashtag first ever.
Yeah.
So, Tamara Mensah-Stock, right?
Yeah.
She becomes the first black woman to win an Olympic gold medal in wrestling, right? So now you got company, another hashtag first ever.
Inspiring.
What was that like for you to watch that?
Just it was so inspiring. It kind of reminded me. It kind of took me back when I was a kid, when I first saw the Olympics in 1972. And I was inspired to watch that 72 team, watch Gable win, and watch Wayne Wells and Petersons and Chris Taylor. I mean, that's kind of how it reminded me, because we had that kind of performance. When I was wrestling, I wasn't a fan, so I wasn't watching. I was in it. So my 88 team was exciting. 92 team was a great team. 96 team was a great team. But this was the first time that I was able to sit back as a fan and really be inspired from their performance. And so, man, it was awesome. It was awesome. Kept me up at night. I was on vacation, but I was getting up in the morning and set my alarm clock. But I was inspired, man. I was screaming. I was yelling. I was brokenhearted that I couldn't be there, but to be there in person to cheer them on. But man, it was good to watch, and so many inspired performances. It really was. Yeah.
So this is a big part of that, actually. So we have local news. The NBC affiliate did a bunch of stories of people who are either coaches here or they're competing out of here, and I was like even more fired up to come here to see their dedication to the Olympic sports and the Olympic movement.
Right.
And now bringing you in, it's coming full circle for me, because wrestling's my passion. I really enjoy it.
Right.
And now to have Kenny Monday, who's going to probably
be
in Ohio, in Lake County. So, like, you might actually live in the school district, because you were talking Concord, Painesville.
Right.
I teach in Painesville, 20 minutes down the road.
Right.
So that might be, that's crazy to me.
We're neighbors.
Yeah, we're neighbors. And for you to come into Ohio now and to have this place, I mean, what we're looking at is to your right, my left, is incredible, and it's a quarter of the facility.
Right.
If that.
When I was coming out of college, my college coach Tommy Chesbro asked me, Monday, what do you want to do after college? I mean, what do you want to do? And I was really, my goal and my passion was to build a facility, that I could start a wrestler from start to finish. So I could start them out as a beginner, build them up, get them through high school, send them up to college. When they get back from college, they come back to that same training center and train for the Olympic Games. And so that's kind of what this is. That's kind of what the vision that I see Spire. And so when they brought it to me, when they approached me about this opportunity, it took me back to that moment that I was talking to my college coach about what I wanted to do. And so it's just an opportunity to live out that vision and reinvest in these kids and get them ready for the next level, but then also create an environment that I can bring guys and women in here to train for the Olympic Games, right? So that's kind of my focus, that's my passion, that's my vision, is to create an environment that we can start them out and we can finish them right here. So that's kind of the vision.
You and I had this conversation on a podcast, Barbarian Hour, about why we thought the Russian system. We didn't know why they beat us again in the Olympics in men's freestyle, and we talked about that. And I had Miran Karshalava on. I don't know if you got to watch the show. I'll have to send it to you.
Right.
But Miran talked about their system, and what he said is they stay with the same coach the whole time.
Right.
Right? This is a situation where you're going to be in that situation where you're going to be able to have middle school kids, you're going to be able to have high school kids, you're going to be able to have post-grads, you're going to be able to have then senior level athletes would be my guess is where you guys go from here, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why it wouldn't be,
Right,
but like
right.
if I'm knowing like the type of vision that you have, but like that's what Miran said about the Russian system. They stay with the same coach. What do you think it would be like? You know, you've had your sons, but you've had to hand them off to people.
Right.
Our system's not set up like that, right?
It's a little different system. It's a little different system. I think we kind of moving in that. I like the American system. You know, I like our high school system is getting better now that we got more. You know, what's really turned us around, I talked about on the podcast, is just, you know, the development of our RTCs and our club programs. I mean, guys are running clubs like Young Guns and Pearlers and
we got Burnett trained here in
Burnett
Ohio.
trained,
We got a bunch of. I mean, there's just a ton of clubs.
Seabolt, you know, in Iowa. So we got people that are running programs and clubs that's going to build these kids up. You know, get them off to college and then really prepare them for the next level. But you look at Penn State. You know what Kel's doing. I mean, he started David Taylor as a freshman in college, and he's still coaching him, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the kind of system that works, right? He's got the same coaches he had through college. My college coach wasn't a freestyle guy, right? He was a folk style guy. He didn't chessboard, never even. I don't even think he went to a freestyle tournament. So, and it's the same kind of system we had when I was training for the '88 games when Joe Say was there, and you know, Joe was a big freestyle guy. He coached a lot of world teams, and so when you can get a system like that where you can keep a guy in that system, right? And Cornell's kind of got a system too. They're keeping those guys around, you know, but. Those are the systems that are winning. I mean, you know, he's got Snyder, he's got Taylor, he's got Gilman, he's got
over half the team.
Half the team,
right?
You know, then,
over half the team. Literally, Dakes, Cornell,
and he's got the other guy that played that medal,
Bagzad. That's unreal.
Penn State.
Franklin Gomez was an Olympian. He's one of their guys.
Right. So that's the kind of system that we have got to duplicate. Right, and so that's the kind of system we got to. But again, so this system is set up to where, you know, I can build that vision. I can get these guys in here and train them. RTC program is on the horizon. I got a women's program that we're going to be doing, and so I'm doing it all, man. I'm doing it all.
When we look at, you know, well, first things first, for me, the pleasant surprise of the Olympics was John Smith's commentary and his unmerciful. Just rage for the officials. How great was John Smith on the mic?
There's guys that are getting fined for doing that.
I love it. First off, hold on. If you didn't love that, I don't know. We got to talk if you didn't love that. I love that.
I like John is good. You know, John, you get somebody that's passionate. First of all, he shows his passion. He's passionate about the game. He's passionate about, you know, kids not doing things the right way and getting out of position and get your head up, get off your knees. You know, he's kind of coaching as he's going along. You know, to me, he got a little talking too much. But you know, sometimes I like let them dudes wrestle. But he's coaching all the way through it, right?
I love it.
And he's on the referees. He's like, I think one time he was like,
it was awesome. Hold on. Was it not great?
It was great.
Were you laughing like this? I was laughing.
I was laughing at the one time he told the referee, this may be his last match ever. he was retiring referees out of the games. And so now that was funny, man.
I thought he did a great job.
And I text him, I'm like, dude, you cracked me up.
It was so good.
Me up.
It was so good. John Smith killed it. Okay.
Yeah, no, he's good.
So
he's good.
One of the greatest Olympic moments ever.
And Burroughs was good.
Burroughs is incredible.
Burroughs was good.
Hold on. Burroughs, that's hard for Burroughs to sit there and watch.
Right.
Kyle Dake Russell.
How hard is that?
Yeah, it's just super hard. So I got nothing but great things to say about Joe Burroughs. He did an amazing job. Okay. John Smith stole the show for me on the Gable call.
Right.
What was he saying? spin,
snap, fake and snap.
fake snap, fake snap, fake snap, fake snap, and then he got
And
the
but he
tape.
knows that's what Gable does. That's his thing. He's gonna fake, he's gonna snap, he's gonna run corners. And you know who gave him that. You know, the time, and people talk about our program. They talk about folk style. Well, I heard somebody say, well, that was a folk style move he did. Yeah, but the time he was at the OTC with Kevin Jackson and working with Kevin Jackson on running corners and running to that hip, that's a straight Kevin Jackson technique. And so when Gable was in Colorado Springs working with KJ, that's where he gets that running that corner to that hip. You know, he picked that up. And now he's mastered it to his own, right?
He's unreal.
Yeah, but he's
changed the game. You realize that, right?
But you know what? And I'm a big advocate, a big proponent. I say this all the time because I did it myself. It's amazing if you're in the right system and you know what you're doing, you can jump levels in a year. I mean, look at the levels he jumped in just 1 year, from his previous year in college, where he was getting beat by Gwiz and he lost to the Penn State kid, to the next year where he's a whole different guy. I mean, he's bigger, he's stronger, he's in better shape. But the levels that he jumped was amazing.
It's unreal. Gable Steveson,
It was amazing.
he changed it. And here's the other crazy thing. There's a picture of him and Taha Akul holding each other's singlets. Akul's 6 inches
he's a
taller
big
than
man.
him, at least, right? So that leverage is really hard to overcome. The officiating is really hard to overcome. A lot of these things, they're game. And I think that was the biggest thing, him not having his hands on those guys before. It wouldn't have been close at all if he'd had a test run at those guys, in my opinion, before Tokyo. That's just my opinion.
I think so.
I think so. That's just me,
Yep, I think so. Because when he got behind, those were freestyle positions that he wasn't quite.
No, yeah.
He wasn't experienced in, right? That's
Yeah.
how he got behind in the first place. He got crotch lift.
He got crotch lifted, and he got gutted twice.
Right.
Yeah.
It's freestyle positions that you don't spend that time. So if he's if he had another year of just freestyle, man, he's gonna jump.
Wouldn't be close.
He's gonna jump another level.
I mean, he'd go to
He's gonna be
another
as
gear.
dominant. He's gonna be the most dominant heavyweight we had since Bruce Baumgartner, of course.
Yeah, but I think
he'll be more.
he's going to leave, though. I
think?
mean,
Where's he
I
going?
think this is just
Why would
me.
you- why-
Hold on.
why-
I already hear everybody say this. Okay, you know more than me. I understand that.
No, I don't.
What I would say is, in 5 years in sports entertainment, UFC, and if he leverages the way that Brock Lesnar did, he's $100 million industry in 5 years. Okay, but I don't know if he wants to stay in a hotel 200 nights a year. That's because that's a grind of a lifestyle, right?
But the one thing is, he's a wrestler.
Yeah.
He's a wrestler, and you don't get that back. If you get away from the game and you start doing all this other stuff, you're gonna lose what you developed.
Angle, Lesnar,
Yeah,
they're different guys now.
you're gonna lose that though.
Yeah,
He's got that edge. He doesn't quite have the edge now, but he's right there.
Yeah.
Right. I wouldn't say that he's gonna beat these guys every time he wrestles them. Right.
I think a loss would be actually good for him.
So
I think he's that much better.
But he's
though.
right there to where he can really start to kind of separate himself. But if he starts doing all this other stuff, I can promise you, he's going to lose that edge. It doesn't come that easy.
Yeah. And he's
All he's been
amazing.
doing is wrestling.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
If he gets away from the sport, he starts doing all this other stuff. He's traveling. He's whatever. He's going to take. I know when I won in '88, I was traveling. I was moving. I was doing a whole lot of different things, and I got away from the training. And when I got back to, I wasn't as good. I had to start saying no, and get back to my training. I wouldn't have won in '89, right? And so no,
when you beat Fadzaev.
Right. But I recognized early that I had to get back to training, right, to build on what I had.
What's your advice to him?
Stay wrestling.
Through Paris?
Through Paris.
Then go do
this stuff.
Right. Yeah, because he's young. He's 20.
Young,
He's 20.
And he's just
21.
now starting to hit the circuit.
Yeah.
And if you can put a couple titles back to back, because right now people will say, you got lucky. That's the one thing that guys like me and John and Bruce and Schultz and Kevin, we wanted to show that it wasn't a fluke. We wanted to win multiple titles. right? We want to be a legend. We want to be legendary in that regard, you know. You get this one off, and man, that I mean, you got lucky. Not lucky, but you had a good run. Come back and show it. Come back and prove that you are the best in the world. That was my mindset. I wanted to show that I was the best in the world. It wasn't a fluke. I didn't have a good tournament, right? Same conversation I had with Brandon Slay. I'm like, dude, you won. Okay, you gold medalist. Go back and get it again. Now, you'll put away all this. Oh, he got lucky against Sativ. He lost in the finals. He didn't really win. Go back and put it on the line. He didn't do that. He didn't want to do that, right? And so he doesn't get that. He doesn't get that legendary status. He gets that one win, right? And he's a gold medalist because the kid tested positive. Yeah. But go back and win again to show the world that no, you are the best in the world, right? Prove it.
Yeah.
So you can't. It's hard to get one, man, and say you're the best.
When you look at
that's my opinion.
Okay, when you look at Kyle Snyder's quad compared to your quad from 92 to 88 or 88 to 92, from him to 2016 to 2020, 2021, which is a 5-year COVID, we get it. Similar to your quad, right? Because you beat the best guy in the world for the world title the year after you won the Olympics. He beat the best guy in the world the year after he won the Olympics. Right? And then he gets to his Olympics, he takes a silver, you take a silver. Right? We're going to see him for another quad. We're going to see him through at least Paris.
Yep.
What do you think he does to change a result against like when you see a match with Sagilayev? We almost got tricked a little bit. It felt like we just got two little tips, and the guy got up on him, and that's a hard guy to come from behind at 6-0.
Yeah, he didn't give up a takedown, which was impressive.
No, yeah, and that's the crazy thing. They were tips, push out, tip, a shot point, right? What does he? How does he change that result? He's already beaten the guy, right? How do you change that result? If I'm just asking you out the top of your head right now.
I think he's got to keep doing what he's doing. I think he's got to keep improving. He scared him.
Oh yeah.
He scared him because he took him down. And he had a chance. Those positions he got beat in, those are freestyle positions. Right?
Those little tips.
Little tips.
Little tips.
He shouldn't be getting tipped like that. So those are freestyle positions. He's got to go correct. And I think he's got to stay. He's got to stay in the game. He's young, man. Those guys he's young. He's in a good environment. He's in an environment with the Olympic champ. That's got to burn, man.
Yeah.
You're in a room with Olympic champs, 2 Olympic champs in a room, 3. You got 3 Olympic champs in a room.
Now you do.
Right?
It's unreal.
So
they've created an unbelievable.
So
four Olympic champs.
That's right.
4 Olympic champs.
Yeah, 4. Where do you get that?
Not nowhere else. When you look at, we talked about Tamara.
Yeah.
Tamara's, I think she's head and shoulders physically above the other girls.
Right.
She blew through the other women. She was
close.
running to double legs and
Not
just
even
crushing
close.
people.
Not even
Right?
close.
It's not close. Tamara's on another level. I think
not even
she's in the pound for pound conversation,
Absolutely.
top 3 in my opinion. Okay. Japan obviously has an unbelievable set of what they're doing is incredible. How they just reloaded from 2, 10-time plus world champions, a 3-time Olympic champion, a 4-time Olympic champion. They replace it with 2 sisters. It's incredible what Japan's done. Tamara's on their level though.
Absolutely.
When you look at her, what do you think about Tamara, and what is the big thing that sticks out to Tamara too, besides just being able to just dominate people?
Well, and she's still green, man. She's still got a lot of upside to her. She's just now starting to figure it out. And it's in this last 2 years, she's really starting to figure out where she's different, man. She can. You don't see very many wrestlers, period, that can shoot to both sides like she does. Right leg lead, single. Left leg single. She can go both sides, and that's rare in any athlete, right? And so she's still green, man. I think she's still. To me, she's still got a lot of upside. I think she hasn't got to that where she's just I'm dominate. I'm not, just that mindset where she's not, she's just going in and just taking people out, right? So, no, I think she's got a lot of upside. I think she's going to be one of the best ever.
Speaking of best ever, back to first ever. We started out talking about that.
Right.
What did that mean to you when Tamara joined you as the first? You're the first ever black man to win an Olympic gold medal in wrestling. She's the first ever black woman to win an Olympic gold medal.
So funny. It's so funny. The first time I met her, it was on a trip we were in Paris, and this is maybe 20. Was it up to 2013? 20,
she was young.
Yeah, she was young.
19,
right
20.
Right on the circuit. Maybe her first 2 years on the circuit, and she didn't know who I was. She didn't know who I was. And so Izzy brought her up to me, right, and introduced her to me. And Izzy was telling her about me and who I was, and she had no idea who I was, right? And so that was just a few years ago. And so now she's like, Olympic champion. So she's on that level. She's in the club. She'll be a Hall of Famer. And so now it's great to see her grow and great to see her develop into where she is now. But again, she's got so much upside. I mean, she's going to be one of the best ever, and her legacy is going to be unmatched. I think she'll put together, 4 or 5 in a row.
Tamara Mather-Stock's the real deal.
If she wants to.
She's the real deal.
If she wants to, she'll win again. I don't see anybody stopping her, because she's going to get better. She's in a great environment. She got a great coach. She's got a great. I mean, when you're in a situation like that, where you got a great coach, a great environment, they all understand you. They know her. They know how she can get better. They know her flaws. I mean, she's got so much upside. And so I just love it, because I love, and I've seen the growth. Right? I've seen her grow. Right, and so now it's exciting, man. I tell you, I've been saying this here a lot lately, but today is the best time to be a wrestler. And in the history of my life.
Why?
Just because of our system, just because of the people that we have on the senior level. And the senior level always drives all levels.
Why do you think that is?
Because it's the top of the top. It's the best of the best. It's like the NFL. It's like the NFL drives everything.
College football.
Yeah,
to be what it is, $1 billion, multi-billion dollar. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no question.
When guys are winning, we paid out $950,000. You don't think that
Oh, they like that.
People?
They like that. And you didn't have that. And that's what's crazy. You didn't have that.
That inspires people,
Yeah.
And it inspires the guys. The guys that are on the circuit. They're not going to stop wrestling. They're already coming back for world championships, right?
Yeah.
No,
do you think
because it inspired me. It inspired me. That level inspired me. Gable and Wayne Wells and Jimmy Carr, and those guys inspired me. I got guys that got grown men that have come up to me and say, "Man, you're the reason I started wrestling. I watched your match, and you're right. You're the reason I started wrestling. You're the reason I started my kid wrestling because of you, right?"
Yeah.
Right. And so now people see these guys. It's the same thing. It's the same story.
Yeah.
Right. They'll start their kids wrestling because they were inspired through that performance. That's why I say that level, the senior level, always motivates everybody else. When we wasn't winning, and when those guys were losing, and that doesn't inspire anybody. It's tough. So now you're going to see. I think from this performance, you're going to see an influx of new wrestlers.
Do you think Adeline goes another quad? Do you think? Well, we already know Dake's going to wrestle in the World Championship.
Yep.
But Thomas Gilman might be done. You know what I mean? That's a huge weight cut. He's massive. It seems like he's in a pretty good spot. He's been a silver and a bronze. He's done pretty good, right? Do we have these people that we're going to get another quad, right? Do we? Kyle Dake could have folded the 10 up after he got North Caucused by that guy, and the guy gamed him. The guy knew he was coming to the body, and they knew that they were baiting it. They were baiting him to do those things, in my opinion.
He wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready,
Right?
He
didn't recover for whatever reason. I saw it in his eyes. I saw it in his demeanor. When he came out, I told the boss, I said, he something ain't right.
Yeah.
Something's wrong.
But I think we get that guy another quad.
Yeah, no, he's fired up.
Yeah, that guy's,
all those guys
I think we're going to keep David Taylor. David Taylor's wrestling the World Championships.
Snyder's fired up. Daker's fired up. JL, the 65-kilogram people are fired up. Yanni's fired up. These guys are they're not. They're going another quad, for sure. And all the girls are going another quad.
Do you feel like
I don't think any of the women are stopping.
back to 65.
Yeah.
I think we're 6 for 6 if he qualifies to wait. Okay. Ultimately, you got to go back to March of 2020. Zane got caught on his back by the guy from Argentina, and that's ultimately what kind of put us in that position that we were in.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's all on Zane Rutherford. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he got caught in that position, right? And he got pinned by a guy that he mauls 9 out of 10 times. 99 out of 100 times he got caught.
Yep, it was a fluke deal.
Right, it was a fluke deal, and then we're in a horrible position. And I think we're a top. I know we can wrestle Bajrang, right? He's a bronze medalist. We can wrestle with all those guys.
Jordan can beat any of those guys. I really wanted to see him and Otoguro wrestle. I mean, I was waiting for that match. But yeah, he can beat Bajrang. He can beat the kid that made the finals.
Bajrang beat Haji Aliyev.
Yeah, he can beat him. He beat him.
No, I was gonna say he beat that guy.
Beat him and beat the streets.
Yeah.
You know, no, he can beat any of those guys. And so I was really, I was brokenhearted that he didn't get to make it. But I think, you know, going through training camp, I think he'd have been ready to wrestle. I think he'd have medaled. He'd have been in the finals, I think.
But I think that brings him back another quad. I think it brings him back through Paris, and he moved to New York City to train. And
we'll see. He's wrestling 70 kilos, so he's going up a weight class. That's a tough weight class. I mean, you got.
There's a lot of
we'll see. We'll see how he
James
does.
Green, obviously.
Green and Pantaleo, which is on fire.
Yeah.
He's
it's
on
a great
fire.
weight class, right?
Those guys are on fire. They got a lot of momentum in Michigan, right? You got Amin coming back with a medal.
Yeah.
You know, so they feel like they're doing something right.
Yeah, Micic, he had a rough Olympics, right?
But he's still
going to go
still
up.
there, right?
He's
So they
gonna
got
go
a
up.
lot of momentum in that program, right?
Yeah.
With Bela Glazov's in there, you know, so no, they got a lot of fire in that program, and no, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Oliver to win that.
Last thing I got about like Spire. Last thing.
Right.
Are they giving you a year to make hey, you don't have to have anybody in this first year. Do you get a year to build? Like when they hire a college coach, they hire him the year before. Right? And then they're like, here's your budget, go get athletes. Is this something where you don't have to have an athlete on campus to start? Are they giving you a year?
Yeah,
how does it work?
Absolutely.
So they give you a year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's an unrealistic expectation for you to come here and
they didn't even think I could have they wasn't even expecting this. They weren't expecting the clinic. I love it. I'm gonna get some bodies in the building, and I don't care if it's 2. I'm gonna get some bodies in the building and let people know I'm there. And I've actually already got kids that want to come this fall, right? And so, but no, the game plan is to take a year and build out the team and build a wrestling room. And
so you got a year.
Yeah.
You got a year, and we'll probably see a couple nights a week. Yep. I'll probably buzz over from school maybe one night here and there, and we'll see. Maybe bring my kids. You can see the 2 little goons running around, watch them bounce off each other.
Absolutely. I love it just because everything that is the focus here is about student athletes. Everyone here is a student athlete. There's no just students.
Yeah.
It's all student athletes. So that's what I love, man. I love the fact that the teachers in the classroom, they know what it's about. It's not like they're not, giving them any passes or anything, but they know how to design their classroom so they can design their training around it.
Yeah.
Right. And they are so proactive in getting them set up for college as far as making sure they get every class that they need to take, getting everything that they need to have to prepare themselves for college, right? So I love that. I love that aspect of it, and everyone's supportive, man. They're all about performance and building a great environment.
If you're here for 5 years, let's just say you're here for 5 years. We're just being hypothetical.
10. I got 10 years to retire.
You're here for 10 years.
Yeah.
Whatever. In 5 years, give me 5-year vision. Give me 10-year vision.
At 5 years, we'll be competing for a prep national title.
Will there be a senior level athletes here within 5 years, in your opinion?
Yeah.
Training here, living in the villas,
Full-time.
whatever it may be, because they're already doing it in the other sports.
Yep.
They're already doing it in the other sports.
Yeah, we'll have. 5 years we'll have people here training to win Olympic gold medals and world championships, Now we'll develop a RTC program. We'll develop a women's program, and yeah, it's going to be all inclusive.
Will you have an Olympian, in your opinion? Say you're here. I love to listen.
20. Wait, when we go to
LA. Will you have an Olympian by LA?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You'll have an Olympian by
Yes.
LA. Okay.
Absolutely.
I know that's horrible sitting on that. If there's anything else you got for me, is there anything else?
No, it's just it's the best time to be a wrestler. It's the best time to be a coach. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here to support me, man, and it makes a big difference, you know.
Oh, you got some swag. Can we see the swag you got? Can you at least show me the swag?
Yeah.
You got defense. Have you ever used those?
I have.
They're amazing.
Yep.
Got the wipes.
I know. This is crucial.
Stuff's really good.
I mean, this is like getting beat by the Russians. If you get some funk, you're out of practice.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing ever.
Yeah, and you got a bunch of soap too.
Yeah. So I
Bunch
got
of soap.
soap.
Oh, are you a bar or body wash man? That's a gator. That's one of my company's gators. You're welcome.
I'm set up, dude.
Are you a bar or body wash?
Appreciate it.
Bar or body wash?
I'm a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Look, you got the. Listen, I sent the king a king size body wash. See the king size body wash there?
Which one?
Go grab that guy. Grab that
This
king
one?
size. No.
Oh, this
Big,
one.
there you go. That. Listen, have
using
you
this
used
tonight.
the peppermint before?
No.
You haven't?
That's good.
It is the tingle you're gonna feel, my friend, is gonna be amazing. It's the good stuff. I hooked you up. Give my guy Colin some of it. I was trying to hook my guy Colin.
Colin
up.
will be here tomorrow, man.
Yeah, Colin Moore.
I'm pumped to get my hands on him, man. I need to spend about a good month with him.
He's not bad. He's
good
not bad. I
month
think he
with
can
him.
turn that result. I think he can return that.
Good month with him. He'll jump some levels.
I love it. All right, we good?
We're good, man.
Got anything else for me?
Nope.
Thank you for the time. Good luck to you guys
man.
moving forward, all right?
Thank you, dude.